Hello my fellow felines, this is KittyCatPlaysWithYarn here, and welcome to another house building video. In this video I am building a wonderful, cute little house for one of my friends. I will link her channel in the description. It is Lunar Sims. She is a wonderful human and she is really sweet, and this is for her next not so berry generation. So she actually just started her YouTube channel, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago now, maybe 3, at the point of me recording this, and she is doing not so berry, but she's doing it backwards, so she is starting from Gen 10 and going that way. So she had asked, well, I had volunteered to, I messaged her, I was like, hey, if you want a house built, like, I can build a house, just, like, let me know kind of what you want for it, and I can work on it. And she's like, yeah, definitely, like, a white picket fence type, 3-bedroom, blue and green for her next generation, obviously. Next generation is blue. And all her current generation is blue, and then green is the next generation. So she's like, yeah, like a blue and green house would be nice. White picket fence type, 3-bedroom, probably include like some pet stuff because I want each generation to have a pet and da 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 da. I was like, okay, yeah, I definitely can do that. So this is where this house landed, and I had just gotten seasons, so there's a lot of stuff from seasons in this house. Like you guys will notice, I used the foundation and the stairs and stuff already. And yeah, so as I said, this house is 3 bedrooms, just as she had requested. So it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and I really like how it turns out. So we have a toddler room downstairs, and then upstairs we have like a kid's room, and then the master bedroom that also has an ensuite, so that's like the master suite. And I really like how this house turned out. I think it's super cute, and I hope you guys like it as well. But this house is kind of pricier than I actually wanted it to be, actually. So it is 88,252 simoleons. So like I said, pricier than I wanted, but oh well. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. And it's on a 30 by 20 lot. You guys could obviously put it somewhere else, but I just thought 30 by 20 is fitting, and I think that's a good size for it. And then for packs, it does obviously include base game, jungle adventure, backyard stuff, get to work, cool kitchen, city living, parenthood, get together, kids room stuff, cats and dogs, and seasons. So fun fact, guys, Sims 4 Tray Importer hasn't updated since we got seasons, apparently, which is interesting. I actually didn't know that it hadn't updated yet, but it doesn't look like there is an update either, so that's kind of upsetting. But yeah, so this house is very blue, obviously for the sim that she's playing now, is the blue gen, and then the next gen is green. So, like most of the house is blue, but the kids' rooms are green. So we have the like teen kids room, which is green, and then we have the toddler room downstairs, which is also green. And then like the common areas are pretty blue. And then we also have a little study area in here as well. For what? I don't know. I just like putting studies in houses, if I'm being honest. But I don't know. I think it looks fine for what it is, and I think it's a good addition to the house. And there's also a laundry room in here because you guys know I love putting laundry rooms in my houses as well. Because ever since we got laundry day, I'm like, yes, laundry rooms, please. And just, I don't know, it's what I do. And it took me a pretty long time to build this house, actually. Probably because it's like for one of my friends, and I was like, okay, I can't mess this up, it needs to be perfect. So I think that was kind of my thought process behind it being perfect and me taking so long to do it. I think in total it took me about 2 hours to do this, because I was screwing around with the floor plan so much. But you saw I just cut, and I cut like a lot of the floor plan out because it took me way too long to figure it out. But now we have finally figured it out, and I actually like how it turns out. So that's always a plus because I originally had wanted from the living room to go out to the backyard, but it actually ends up being from the kitchen that goes out to the backyard, but better that than nothing in my opinion, because like I said, it took a hot minute to figure out the floor plan. And if you guys didn't notice as well, I also put a greenhouse out the back because we just recently got that gardening overhaul and we got the glass roofs with the update, so I figured I really wanted to include them in this house. I have to keep pausing this commentary, and I don't really know why. I don't know, I don't feel too good this morning. It's almost 11 a.m. and I've been up for a while actually, but I don't know, I don't feel good, and like my throat is getting sore, so if you guys keep hearing like the notable kind of pauses and starts, I apologize, but it's been like every 2 minutes so far for this video, and it's really annoying. I'm really annoyed at it actually, and if you guys can hear that as well, I apologize. I'm sure it's pretty annoying for you as well. But yeah, so like I said, I'm using a lot of the new stuff from Seasons. So I end up using this paneling, but I started out as green, and then I was like, oh wait, I'm supposed to be making this house blue, so I end up switching it to a blue paneling, because, you know, it is for her blue gen and things like that, so I feel like that makes more sense. So now we're finally getting on to furnishing, and I do the bathroom first. I only show this one because the bathrooms are pretty much exactly the same in every bathroom. All three of the bathrooms are pretty much exactly the same, so I only kind of showed one because I feel like it would take up more space in the video. I mean, obviously it would, so I was like, don't really need that in the video, so I cut it. But I believe I did take screenshots of all of them, and if I didn't, I apologize, but I think it's okay. And then this room I'm working on now is the master bedroom, which ends up being, I can't remember her character's name. I want to say the character's name is Sapphire. That sounds right, if I remember correctly. So this ends up being the master bedroom with the master suite. And I use a lot of cats and dogs stuff in this house as well, because I feel like cats and dogs and Seasons mesh perfectly well together, like with a lot of the colors and the themes, you know, because I feel like, the build style stuff in cats and dogs and Seasons go well together as well, because I feel like, I don't know, because, so, Brindleton Bay is based on, like, New England, right? And I'm from New England, I'm from Maine, so I see a lot of style of the stuff, like, that we saw, like, houses in Brindleton Bay. But in my head, I think it goes so well because I also see a lot of Craftsman style things up here. And that is the style of the build objects in Seasons. So I'm like, yeah, it goes perfectly together because I'm so used to seeing those things together. I don't know, that's just kind of where my head is taking it. I don't know, I feel like they go well together. I don't know if you guys do or not, but that's just my thoughts on it. And now we're working on the toddler room. I think it's pretty cute. It's very green, obviously, and I used that rug 4 times. I don't know. I don't know if I like the toddler room in the end. I think it's cute. but I don't know if I would have it in one of my houses. And I also don't like the kitchen pretty much at all in the end. You guys will see me get to it, and I just really don't like it. I don't know. And then this room I actually do like. It's the kind of kids or teens room like I mentioned earlier. This is where I used a lot of the kids room stuff because I felt like the wood color matched the wood color of the bed. So that's why I used that, and this kid has their own desk and like little study area, because I feel like that kind of makes sense. And then they do have 2 bookshelves, but I feel like one is for like actual books and stuff, and then the one to the left of the desk is more like for decorative stuff, like movies or, you know, stuff like that, and I think it fit pretty well. So now I'm just kind of putting some finishing touches. It didn't take me too long, honestly, to finish this room or to decorate this room at all. I don't know why, but the furnishing took me a lot less time than actually building. And I guess it's just because I don't even know really. Like I said, I had a lot of trouble with the floor plan initially, but I ended up figuring it out, and once I figured it out, I kind of cranked it out, I guess. And also, this is the first house where I had to use the thermostat from Seasons, so that's in this house as well, which I think is really cool. I haven't even, like, played with it, really. I also put the Scouts board in here just in case she wants her kids to be Scouts, which I think would be a cute little addition to the gameplay, because I feel like the Scouts thing is, like, super cute. Like I said, I haven't played with it, but, I think it's cute. And I've hardly played with Seasons, not gonna lie, because, you know, I build a lot, so I've mostly just been building, pretty much, because that's just what I do. And also, I recently learned this trick where you can kind of, like, I saw people do it all the time when they were building, but I didn't know how to do it. I recently learned the trick where you can kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, where you can, like, do that, like what I was just doing, where you change the angle from which you're seeing it, I guess. I recently found that out, so I thought that was pretty cool, and I'm using it a lot in this house. Just to kind of get a better view of stuff. I think it works really well. So yeah, now I'm just adding some, like, touches to the hallway, and I realized the upstairs landing, I didn't do anything up there, and I'm so upset about it. But if you guys download this house, you can definitely feel free to put stuff up there. I think Luna is putting stuff up there of her own, but I don't know. She doesn't have to, obviously, but I don't know. And then I put the pet stuff, like, under the stairs, because the pets can actually reach that stuff. At least the cats can, like, that's cat stuff. So the cats can reach that stuff if she ends up having a cat. Because she didn't, like, specify whether she wanted a cat or a dog. I was like, should I put pet stuff in this house? And she's like, I don't know, probably, since, like, I want all generations to have a pet. And I was like, okay. So I just put, like, cat stuff, but I also made sure to put beds and, like, toys, so, just in case it is a cat or a dog, like, you don't have to buy anything else. And if it's a dog, you can delete some of the stuff, which I thought was a pretty good idea on my part, in my humble opinion. So I've still been having to stop and start this commentary, and I apologize. It's just a rough day for commentaries, apparently. But this is probably the only commentary I'm doing today, so that makes me pretty happy, because low-key, like, I don't know, I kind of don't like doing commentaries almost, but I do because I get to talk to you guys. Like, I like that part of it, but I don't because I feel like it's very tedious, and, like, I feel like I make myself look stupid a lot. Like, I'll be like, don't know what to talk about, huh? And just kind of, like, really awkward about it and stuff like that. Which, you know, I am the embodiment of awkward, but it happens. And I realized, like, after the fact, I probably could have just put the litter box in the laundry room, but I didn't for whatever reason, so it's under the stairs. And I think that's okay, that's fine. But you know, I didn't. So, hindsight is 2020, as everyone says. But, I don't know, I like the kitchen and I also don't. I really like the color scheme of it, but I don't like where everything is placed, because of all the, like, because of the doorways and the archways, like, I couldn't have as much counter space as I wanted, so that's the reason I don't really like it, because there's not a lot of counter space, and I did put in, you know, the island for extra counter space, but I would have liked actual just regular counters along the wall and then like a little table in the kitchen instead. But this is how it ended up happening, and it's not awful, but I don't necessarily like it. So, that is my reasoning for that. And I do have some bowls in the kitchen as well, just because, like she said she wanted, each generation to have their own pet. So I made sure there was enough for, like, if you had 2 pets or something. And now we're just finishing up the backyard very quickly, and then we're gonna get into screenshots. There's not too much about this backyard. I have, like, the little kiddie pool, in green, because, you know, next generation's gonna be green. And then I just put some of the stuff from seasons out here. I was gonna call it generations. Wow, Jen. But yeah, I'm just kind of throwing some finishing touches on, and we're gonna get into screenshots. So I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. But I'm gonna get going right now, so I hope you guys are having a perfect afternoon, evening, or whatever, wherever you are in your neck of the world. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!